etc., getting rid of the filibuster, Jim Crow relic. And I'm looking at this, and I'm listening to this, and I'm saying, and he talked about the expanding the Civil Rights Act in honor of John Lewis. But the problem is, his vice president, now presidential candidate for the Democrats, actually praised the guy that filibustered that historic legislation.
Sean, I might explode before this segment is over, but let me make a public service announcement. MSNBC, Craig Melvin, I haven't received a penny, a dime from anyone. And
exactly.
I voted for Trump because he's the best candidate to win the highest office in this land. Not a penny, Craig Melvin. Now, back to Obama. Step aside Al Sharpton, because you got a competitor in Barack Obama using a house of worship, using a funeral to raise a Democratic campaign speech. What amazes me is he basically lied on television when he said that federal troops were used for peaceful protesters. There's not a peaceful protester who is trying to demolish a federal building. He tried to make an analogy that Donald
exactly,
Trump
that don't even make sense.
Mr. Obama.
It's like an oxymoron.
Million black people, including one more, Leo Terrell,
peaceful violence.
In 2016. It is unbelievable that he would play the race card. But you're right. You got a great man in John Lewis who died, who was buried today, and Herman Cain is being vilified. I am sick and tired of black Republicans being vilified. We are smart enough to realize that we're off the Democratic plantation, and we're going to vote what is in the country's best interest. And then what's in the country's best interest right now is electing Donald Trump in November.
Exactly.
Larry, we've been friends a lot of years now, and I have watched you attack, you have been vilified, you have been called names. I remember our dear friend Nadine Borelli, and she wrote Blacklash, and she says, you look up her name, the name she's been called, other African-American conservatives. You're more conservative libertarian, which I respect. But you have been doing this for years and paying a heavy personal price for speaking out.
Well, Sean, I've been called a lot of names, but I've rarely been called the one that I fear the most, and that is wrong. Am I wrong that if we had a vaccine to get rid of white racism, that the major population of the black community would still remain? Am I wrong that 70% of black kids are being raised without fathers? Am I wrong that there's a 50% urban high school dropout rate, and a lot of the kids, when they do graduate, cannot read, write, and compute at grade level? Am I wrong that there's a 25% of young black men living in the inner city who have criminal records? If getting rid of white racism means that those problems still remain, then white racism is not the problem, and its eradication is not the solution. Obama is a race card player, and Leo Terrell is absolutely right. He is a consummate race card player, which makes him more dangerous than Al Sharpton, because he and people like Eric Holder can do it with a straight face, a nice suit and tie, a big vocabulary, nice well-crafted sentences, but it's the same BS. They are arguing that America is a systemically racist country. It is a lie, but they have to push that lie every 4 years in order to get 95% of black people to pull that lever for them.
Exactly. They're desperate.
They're
desperate.
Competing for jobs.
Is it going to work? This is what's not book. Every 2 years, every 4 years. Is this year different?
This year is different. This man is different. The economy is different. What he's done about prison reform is different. What he's done about illegal immigration is different. He supports school choice for crying out loud. Urban parents want it. White liberal Democrats do not.
Leo,
Let me make one of the points very simply. Reverend Lawson spoke today, and he made another lie when he said all black lives matter. Not that black man in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, who supported Trump and got shot. Not David Dorn. Not Reverend Lawson. Not all black lives matter.
Exactly.
There's a lot of black police officers who are being killed, and a lot of black on black crime. Yeah. So if you're going to care about black lives, all black lives.
All right, thank you both. You know, we scrolled on this program.
Wow.
The Barack and Joe years, his home city of Chicago, Barack Obama. All the names, they barely mentioned Chicago.
That was wild.
It was a war zone then. Why didn't they fix it? We turn back to Portland, where the city's Democratic mayor, this idiot, Ted Wheeler, completely failing his fellow Americans.